Hey everybody. So I just got these new training weapons in from Clanton Combatives. I've seen their stuff before. There was a bunch of them at the Combatives Association Summit in September of 23. I know a lot of instructors who've been using their gear, and I've heard nothing but really good things. I've talked to the owner, Matt Clanton, numerous times about training gear. He seems really interested in trying to make the best gear possible for actual realistic training. I really dig where he's coming from. So I finally pulled the trigger and bought some of the gear just to test out for myself. The first one, the knives are really interesting. Just very generic type knives, but soft material, very bendy, safe for training. Decent. I'm not gonna go full force and stabbing somebody in the head with it, but decent, relatively low amount of impact, and it's very safe with both of them. Good size hand, represents a lot of small fixed blade knives, just a nice generic way of covering a lot of bases with a simple tool. This one I'm really interested in. It's a very genius idea. A lot of people don't realize how often screwdrivers are used by felons in criminal activity. At one point, a few years ago, I think it was the number 3 most used weapon in criminal assaults. I'm not sure, that was about 2018, so I'm not sure if it still stayed up. I haven't paid attention, but it's very useful. And so he made one, he's got one that simulates it, and again, very soft, can be used in contact stuff, but great simulation of a screwdriver. Really enjoy that a lot. So very standard snub nose revolvers. Here's what's interesting. So this one's a very, your standard hard material trainer. Very nice. I like it. But this is the one I really like. It's made out of a softer rubber, plastic, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's much softer, a little easier. So it's a little bit, I think it's going to be a little bit more useful and safer while using full contact sparring. A little less chance of, if again, like the knives, if I jam somebody this into their skull really hard, it's going to hurt. But short of that, nice little give, especially where I'm concerned is right here. A lot of people don't realize the danger. On all my training guns that I use for seminars and my own personal training, I cut out the trigger guard right here, so in case we're rolling around and tangled with somebody and somebody is working on the trainer, they don't rip my finger out. So like this one, hard plastic, I'm going to grind this out. Here, I just received these this weekend, so I've only played with them a little bit, but I'm going to grind that out. But on this one, I'm going to play with it a little bit because it's very soft and giving. I don't think it's going to have that same quite impact that having the much harder non-yielding material will have. So I'm going to play with this. I may very well end up maybe replacing all my normal training guns with similar. He also makes Glocks. He makes not just snub nose revolvers. He does semi-autos with formed red dot optics mounted on it. So if you run a red dot on your pistol, I think he's gotten Glock and maybe 365, but it's a really nice option. So I might very well in the near future go and fix all that and add to it. So anyway, if you get a chance, if you're interested in doing any kind of that training, look them up, Clanton Combatives. He makes them all. It's a one-man shop. He makes everything himself, gets it all sent out. He's real easy to communicate with. So give him a shout. Tell him Cecil sent you. If you guys got any other particular questions, just leave them in comments or contact me directly. Thanks, everybody.